Strange Block Beats.
I went to the bar the other night. Me and my wife just got into it. Man, seemed like lately we ain't been seeing eye to eye. But as I'm walking in the bar, I see an old man sitting there. Decided to go sit by him. Wasn't that many people there that night. So I walked up to him, tapped him on the shoulder, asked him, could I sit down? Looked at me, said, young buck, sit down. What's going on with you? I said, man, that woman, man. He looked at me and he said, I seen that devil around your back when you walked in the room. But before you say anything, young brother, this is what I want you to do. He said the same thing you did to Gotta do the same thing to keep her. Listen. He said you gotta leave these streets alone. When you find your woman, back and make a household. That's what he told me. He looked at me and said, young buck, I've been married 40-some years. And let me tell you something about that woman. When she complaining, that's just her way letting you know you ain't listening. If she ain't complaining, she should be worried. I'm gonna tell you something about that woman also. She love you. She gonna make sure you got clothes on your back and food on your table. She gonna always keep you in mind. But sometimes me and we let our pride get in the way. But before you do anything, this is what I need you to do. He said the same thing. Gotta do the same thing. Gotta do the same thing. Listen. He said you gotta leave these streets alone. And when you find your woman, that can make a household. He looked at me and said, I don't even wanna hear it. And I ain't even the type of brother to take nobody's side, but I can look at you and tell you ain't been doing what you supposed to do. I just don't know, man. Seem like nowadays, me and you new generation, y'all want a woman to take care of y'all. But I'm from the old school, brother. I was brought up to take care of a woman. And when you take care of that woman always gonna take care of you. But I ain't gonna hold you long, young brother. Take a minute, listen to me. Every Saturday whiskey got you thinking, do she love you not? Not being consistent with that woman will always put you in a bad spot. As men, we gotta remember that we set the tone, but you will never leave that woman if you need these streets. Got something better than what you got at home. If you did the thing that you did in the beginning, it'll never end. You gotta learn how to be a partner, a lover, and a friend. He said the man's biggest split, it ain't his money, cars, or his clothes. It's how well he treat that woman, and that he told. If she ever had you down, stuck around when you went on your feet, don't let these women laugh at her, no. In these streets, if you treat her good, she's gonna always treat you better. Cause one man's trash is another man's treasure. He said the same thing. Gotta do the same thing. Gotta do the same thing. Listen. He said you gotta leave these streets alone. And when you find your woman, that can make a household.
A big salute, family. This your brother Kjudah. Got my brother Sham with me, giving all praise to the Most High Yah and faith in Yahshua HaMashiach. To the Israelite family worldwide, we say peace and blessings. Big salute to the CUC family, the FOPE family, and the ADUIC family, and all my beloved brothers and sisters in the chat. Talk to him, Sham. Sham, you there, brother? As y'all see the title, Kjudah and Sham, understanding Paul's writings. Is long hair lawful for a man? Is long hair lawful for a man? You got many different teachers on this topic. But like I always like to say, family, emotions mean nothing to the Most High. Emotions mean nothing to Yahshua HaMashiach. Truth matters to our Father and our King. Truth matters to our Father and our King, not emotions.
Kjudah, give me a few minutes, man. I don't know why, but I just started feeling sick out of nowhere. Give me like 5 minutes.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, brother. Truth matters, family. And one thing I noticed in this awakening, there's a lot of emotions involved in many people's teachings. It's not just straight truth, it's emotions. And once you put your emotions in the way, now it's getting in the way of the word. You have to allow the word to speak. Our emotions to the Most High, as far as his word go, it don't mean nothing. You can say all day, I don't believe this, I don't believe that. That don't mean nothing. It don't stop the truth. So we had to do this lesson because there's doctrines going around that locks come from Elam. Dreadlocks is dirty and stinky and smell. Where y'all get that from? Who told y'all that? The Caucasians? Because it's not dread. I don't see anything dreadful about locks. You take care of your hair, you keep it up nice, you clean it, you twist it, you look nice, you look good. Man or woman. Some people, they just allow their hair to freeform. Now, I wouldn't, run for that look. I want my locks to look nice. I want to look clean. I want to look fresh. I want to look presentable. I don't just want my hair just all over the place. But that doesn't make the locks dirty. That doesn't make the locks dreadful. Like y'all like to say, the dreadlocks didn't come from the Israelite culture. They come from Elam. Stop it, man. This does not come from no Elam. East Indians. Stop it. So when my brother come back, we're going to deal with this. And I pray all is well with my brother. The Most High give him the strength. So we can go ahead and knock this out the park. But I want to say Shabbat Shalom to the chat. Many blessings to you all, family. I just pray that y'all Sabbath day going good. But as my brother trying to get himself together, I would start off with this. Let me start off with this. I want to read something to y'all. I don't understand how long hair is a sin when our ancestors, when they vowed the vow of a Nazarite, they could not cut their hair. During the time of that separation and that vow that they vowed to the Hamashiach and the Most High, they could not cut their hair. Now the priest, he had to pole his hair. The priests, they had to pole their hair, but it never said that they didn't have hair. They just had to pole it. For the reasons of the service of the tabernacle, and the Most High wanted their hair not to grow long. They had to pole their hair. So where is this coming from that we did not have hair? When the Lord is telling you, when you vow the vow of a Nazarite, they hair grew long. Let's get this. That's why I say people say many things, but can it be proven? So we're going to start out with this. This is from the International Standard Bible Encyclopedia. It says hair. It said hair was worn in different fashions by the Orientals of biblical times, and not always in the same way among the same people. Do y'all understand what that's saying? Our hair is not always worn the same, family. We got many different styles. There's nothing new under the sun. The hairstyles that we see today. Now, I'm not talking about, all the different colors and stuff, but the different hairstyles. There's nothing new under the sun. Nothing new under the sun, family. What we see today has already been. Already been. So it says in Bible times, and not always in the same way among the same people in different epochs. We know this clearly from Egypt and monuments, as well as from the writings of the authors, Herodias, that the dwellers on the Nile had their heads shaven in early youth, leaving but a side lock until maturity was obtained. When this mark of childhood was taken away, priests and warriors kept their heads closely shaved.
So the child had a side lock, Kjudah. So
Had a,
how did the East Indians come up with locks if they was already doing this in Egypt? And we know Egypt was one of the beginning empires that was ruling and started
absolutely
everything.
facts.
So this cut the whole doctrine of, hey, these locks and dreads, what they call dreads, come from East India, Elam. No, they already had this custom in Egypt where the ancient Egyptian children was wearing locks and making it a big, you know how Shaka almost had that big side lock he would walk around with?
Right.
They was already doing that in Egypt. So how did they come up with this practice?
Never came up with it.
People got to remember too, Israel was the last nation on earth to be born. So, but of course, we're not going to be inventing all these things like they trying to make it like we're last. We the last nation. All these nations was before us. They already was doing things before us. So you're going to tell me because they did a hairstyle or a beard style that we can't use it because they did it? We the last nation born on earth. Make it make sense, Kjudah.
Make it make sense.
We the last nation. All nations bought from each other or something that was good, whether it's agricultural, mathematics, or all types of things. If somebody invented or had some type of invention, they used the best of what was taught in technology in those times. Even when you're doing tricks and trades of studies of hair, carpentry, or anything, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so what are you saying? The thing is, they try to make it as if we can't do nothing unless Israel do these things. And that's not true. Just like that guy who stole the stylish Babylonian garment during the time of who was it? Joshua.
Joshua.
Right. And got his butt put to death for it. Did we start that garment? Was you think the Israelites weren't wearing them stylish Babylonian garments in captivity or wherever they was at? That was a style. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he wanted that thing bad. Yo, he buried that joint under his tent.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
So we got to stop being foolish here, man. Israel did not start everything or start some type of trend, man. We didn't do all these things. We were given what we was given, but other nations was already around. Joseph, I'm pretty sure he wasn't dressed like an Israelite in captivity in Egypt. He was doing all the ancient Egyptian customs that they had because he was integrated or Hellenized into their society. We got to stop being foolish.
It says, leaving but a side lock until maturity was obtained. When this mark of childhood was taken away, priests and warriors kept their heads closely shaved. Nothing but the exegesis of odious warfare were allowed to interfere with its customs, meaning if they had something urgent or a demand that they had to obtain to. That's what that word means. Exegesis of odious warfare were allowed to interfere with this custom. On the other hand, people like their Babylonian neighbors affected long and well cared for bushy curls of hair as a symbol of many beauty. So let me read that again. It says, on the other hand, the Hebrew people like their, what is that, Babylonian, that B-A-B? Like their, I
don't think we can see where you're reading. Maybe you need to bring it up a little bit. The picture.
Let me see.
Okay. It looks like it's cut off.
Hold on. Right here. You see where it says it's B-A-B? On the other hand, the Hebrew
I guess that would be their bad Babylonian neighbors. Yeah, that probably short.
Okay, gotcha. It says, so on the other hand, the Hebrew people, like their Babylonian neighbors, affected long and well cared for bushy curls of hair as emblems of mainly beauty. So our hair is bushy curls of hair as
Right.
emblems of mainly beauty. It's a proof thereof are not infrequent in the scriptures, as elsewhere. Samson and Absalom's long, luxuriant hair is specifically mentioned as the Shulamite sings of the locks of her beloved, which are bushy, curling, and black as a raven. Locks of her beloved,
Mm-hmm.
which are bushy and black as a raven.
Right.
So this proved that our ancestors wore locks and hair on their head, talking about locks are dirty and it's against the Most High. I can't find one scripture where it say that.
Right.
Go ahead, Sham.
All
Let me
they
get to
do is run to Paul. They run right to Paul for everything. And say, see, Paul said that even nature teach you that a man shouldn't have long hair. Y'all know where does all this doctrine come from? The School of One West. The School of One West been teaching this for years, because from what I was told by other elders, the reason why they was teaching this is because the Northern Kingdom brothers, what they call the Northern Kingdom Hispanics and Hispanic women, they all came into schools, they had long hair, they had long braids and all that stuff going down, because they can grow their hair long. So they were
right.
saying brothers was jealous of them because of how they could do their hair and stuff like that back in the One West. It wasn't never that you couldn't have long hair, but they was bringing order in their school back then. So they came up with this doctrine, and then they used what Paul was saying in the New Testament, going off of Paul, thinking Paul saying that a man can't have long hair because there ain't no law saying that you can't have long hair. Now, when we get to the law dealing with the priests, that's specifically for priests.
For the
Priests
priest.
and the common men of Israel is not the same. What the Levites can do is what they can do, but that's not appointed to the other 12 tribes. The other 11 tribes. So where's they getting this from? Once again, they misinterpreting and misreading one scripture that Paul brought forth out in Corinthians. And they ran right back to that, as we've shown before, and keep pushing this doctrine just by using Paul writings.
Mm-hmm. Facts. Now, this is a continuation of what I just read in the International Standard Bible Encyclopedia. It say, in New Testament times, in the diaspora, the Jews frequently adopted the fashion of the Romans.
Now you hear that? They adopted the fashion of the Romans, which we were showing yesterday about the Hellenization and what was going on. And this is what we're talking about, what was going on with Paul and the laws and the women and them taking their fashion, adoptions, customs. Go ahead, Kjudah.
It say, in New Testament times in the diaspora, the Jews frequently adopting the fashion of the Romans and copying the hair closely.
See that? So now when we're reading 1 Corinthians, y'all thinking, oh, these men or Israelites got long hair like Al Locks and what they talking about today. No, they was copying their hair fashion closely, because when we started doing the research and you go deeper into it, the same way that they was doing it in society, in this society, they was doing it then. So they was wearing the effeminate hairstyles. It wasn't that it was long, it was effeminate, meaning like the y'all know what I'm saying, because I don't want to get nobody channel straight. You know what I'm saying, Kjudah. They was wearing the hairstyles, family. That's what all it was. It had nothing to do with their locks. It was how they was wearing it, like a woman. Go ahead.
Idolatrous practice of the heathens, which is specifically forbidden in Leviticus 21:5.
Exactly. So let's jump and read that, Kjudah, 1 Corinthians 11.
I got you.
And then we're going to show y'all some pictures, and we're going to show y'all ancient Israelite pictures of our hair, and we're going to show y'all customs, how the Romans was wearing their hair, and we're going to show y'all pictures of how we was wearing our hair in this day and time, trying to fit in society. This is what niggas do, unfortunately.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 11. And I'm going to pick it up at verse 1 all the way down, family, to get a better understanding.
And understand this, family. Y'all was at the show last night understand, Paul is speaking from two sides of the law. He also speaking from Israelite culture and how we do with our customs, and he also speaking from the customs of the who? The customs of the so-called Romans and their law on nature and what their beliefs were.
Right. Facts. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 1 through 18. And it reads, be ye followers of me, even as I am also am of Christ. Now I praise you, brethren, that you remember me in all things and keep the ordinance as I delivered them to you.
Oh, wait. Hey, Judah. And
Talk to
let's remember, he's writing this to the people in Greece, those who was doing this behavior in Greece and Rome. Because what he's saying, he was writing to those that adopted the Roman customs, right? The Roman and Greeks fashion, right? Well, this is who he's writing to, because this is who was doing this behavior. Once again, this wasn't all Israel. It was to these particular people that was doing this. And this is why he was telling them what he was telling them in the law. Go ahead.
He said, now I praise you, brethren, that you remember me in all things and keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you. But I will have you to know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is Elohim. Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonored his head.
Now, when we read that there too, this isn't talking about a man or a priest having his head covered wearing a bonnet. This is him speaking in parables. Okay, just like the Messiah spoke in parables. This has nothing to do with saying that you can't cover your head, because the high priest wore bonnets, mitres. It was the law requirement that we wore these things. Even the high priest himself. So the most Yahushua would have to have on the ephod and the top. You see what I'm saying, K. Judah? That covered his head. So we know Paul's not speaking actually saying covering your head as in a way of wearing something on top of your head for the male. Go ahead, because that was a part of the priestly duties. That was a part of the outfit.
But every woman that prayed or prophesied with her head uncovered dishonored her head. For that is even all one, as if she was shaven. For if the woman be not covered, let her also be shown. But if it be a shame for a woman to be shown or shaven, let her be covered. For a man indeed ought not to cover his head, for as much as he is in the image and glory of Elohim. But the woman is the glory of the man. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Neither was the woman created for neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. For this cause ought the woman to have power over her head, because of the angels. Nevertheless, neither is the man without the woman, neither the woman without the man in the Lord. For as the woman is of the man, even so is the man also by the woman. But all things of Elohim. Judge in yourselves. It is comely that a woman pray unto Elohim uncovered. He got a question mark.
Right. Now he said,
these are questions being asked to him, family. So he said, judge in yourselves. Go ahead, Sham.
Right. So this is not no law he's speaking of for us in Israel, because Paul will be quoting the law and the prophets. They brought no new thing. So if he's saying judging yourselves, which is meaning judging out of the law, go ahead, K. Judah, keep reading.
It is comely that a woman pray unto Elohim uncovered. Do not even nature itself teach you that if a man have long hair, it is a shame unto him? But if a woman have long hair, it is a glory to her, for her hair is given her for a covering.
So he's telling you that. He said even nature, right? Nature, when he's speaking of the nature law of how a man will wear his hair, if he's wearing it effeminate, it would be a shame unto you, because they was wearing effeminate hairstyles of the Greeks and Romans. This ain't like, like a person got cornrows, braids, right? That's long hair on a man. Samson had locks. Absalom had locks. That's long hair on a man. We're going to show the priest had cornrows, locks. That's long hair on a man, right? But it's not an effeminate style. He's speaking of them wearing the effeminate styles. Remember, because when they spoke about the gay clothing of the Romans and all the stuff that they was doing, they were doing it in an effeminate way. So that's why it would be ashamed to a man, because Israelite men supposed to be fierce men. We supposed to wear beards, L hair, supposed to be in a manner of looking like a manly man, not an effeminate man. Like how we're going to show some of these pictures. Go ahead, Kjudah.
But if any man seems to be contentious, now
this is the main part of the scripture that we have to understand. If any man meaning to be contention, like you don't understand or you don't know what this means, go ahead.
We have no such customs.
We have no such customs of man wearing feminine hairstyles. That's what he's talking about. They was taking on the feminine hairstyles and the customs of the Romans. This ain't have nothing to do with a man having locks that hang down, or his hair is locked and it's braided to the back. My hair is locked up or plaited or whatever. This ain't got nothing to do with that. It's talking about effeminate hairstyles that they were wearing in those days in society. And they did it in this society. Because we can go back to the what is those people that was wearing like the bell bottoms? They had the perms, the long hair down, just like the females. It was looking just like women. That's what that's talking about. It's not because your hair long, it's because they wearing it effeminate. It's not now customs that we did anything like that.
Facts.
So let's get some imagery, Kjudah, so we can show it.
Okay.
So people can see what we mean. And then we're going to get into the Hebrew to show you when you go into the language itself, it says that man has locks, long hair.
Here go one right here.
All right, family. So y'all see what this says? It say, and David and all the house of Israel were making merry before the Lord with all their might, with songs and lyrics and harps and trombones and what is that word?
Castanets.
Castanets and cymbals. Okay, now look at that hair, family. Look at the beards. Look at the hair.
Yep.
Down to the back. So they saying we can't have long hair, but these are ancient Assyrian reliefs of different pictures of Israel showing that men had long beards and long hair.
Yep.
Let's keep it going, Kjudah.
All right.
So is it women wear cornrows? You know what I'm saying? Men wear cornrows. So is it effeminate if we had cornrows and a woman got cornrows, Kjudah?
Nope.
You see what I'm saying?
Not at all. Nope.
Men hair that got the cornrows and hang down to the shoulders or the back of their shoulders. Is that effeminate?
That is not effeminate, brother. No. Okay, here go another one. Let me get it right now. All right, here we go, family. Look, let me open up the window so y'all can see. This is all ancient time now.
And we got a lot more scriptures.
This is all ancient time.
Right.
Okay, here we go. Check this out.
Now, Negro knows the King of Jews, family. Look at the beards and look at the hairs. These are the ancient reliefs. Okay. See the hat he have on, the bonnet. You got a pointer, Kjudah. Can you point to the
right here?
The bonnet, family. Yep. Now point to his hair, locks or whatever's hanging out the back of his hair.
Right here.
Isn't that long hair hanging out? Is that a short haircut or is that long hair hanging out the bonnet? That's long hair hanging out the bonnet.
He got one on too.
Bonnet. The brother got long hair hanging out the bonnet. Look at his beard. So, but was their hairstyle effeminate?
No, not at all. No.
That's what it's talking about. A man having long hair. They was wearing effeminate styles with long hair. That's why he said, doesn't nature teach you, right? Because you looking like a sissy boy. Matter of fact, Kjudah, get the scripture where it talks about that saying the kingdom of heaven that no effeminate should inherit it. This is what it's talking about, family. You know, I think it's in Revelations 21 or 20. I think it's 21.
Yeah, I got you. Let me get it right now.
This is what it's talking about. These dudes was walking around wearing effeminate hairstyles. And Israel did this in many societies. We got pictures of people we're going to show y'all. And you're going to see what we're saying. A man shouldn't wear his hair like that.
All right. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 6. And I'm going to read verse 9 through 10.
So this is what they was doing in Rome, family. And we're going to show y'all the Roman hairstyles that they were wearing. You still got them pictures, right, Kjudah?
Yep, I got them.
All right, y'all going to see, family, exactly what we mean.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 9 and 10. And it reads, know ye not that the unrighteous should not inherit the kingdom of Elohim? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor effeminate.
You effeminate men that's doing what the Romans doing, taking on their customs and wearing their hair, the gayer clothing like James was mentioning, what the Romans was doing. Go ahead.
There you go right here.
Exactly. This is the type of stuff these guys was doing then. They was wearing these funny hairstyles, like the way that a woman would wear it. It's exactly. See that, family? That's long hair. But look how that's why he said, don't nature teach you that it's a shame? Because this would be a shame for a man to look like this. That's all it's talking about. And then remember, we want to show you in Rome and Greece, they said if you had a beard, it was of a low status. But the Israelite culture, we supposed to have a beard. But what did they start doing, Kjudah? Because they wanted to integrate with the other cultures. They started doing everything.
Adopting their ways. Started adopting their ways.
Right. They would adopt their ways because Israel, only time Israelite men didn't have beards is because when we were in mourning, we would shave our beard. See? A feminine hairstyle. This man should not look like that. This is what Paul talking about. It has nothing to do with your hair being long. They started wearing the customs of how they were looking in Greece and Rome. The curls, the twist, the plaits, the way they was doing it, the way a woman would do it, not a man. That's all he's saying. It has nothing to do with you having long hair. It's how they're wearing it. It's the issue. See, this is an issue. Snoop Dogg shouldn't look like that. And he's standing next to my mother, and my mother got long curly hair like that. Make sense.
Or a Jerry curl right here.
Right.
Y'all think that this Jerry curl would be able to come in the tabernacle of the Lord? Are they gonna be about follow the drip? Follow the drip. Come on, man. This man can walk in the tabernacle of the Lord. Jerry curl juice be dripping everywhere. Come on now.
This is the heathens' customs and how they do things. This is okay to them. And remember, Kjudah, their hair naturally look like this.
Facts.
Them white boys and all of them, and these people of other nations, their hair looks like that. That's not an Israelite hairstyle or culture. Our hair don't look like that. We got rough, bushy hair, long hair. Our hair would not look like that. So we shouldn't walk around looking like this.
We should not walk around looking like this. Facts, brother.
And we know they had wigs back in them days because they were wearing wigs. The British wearing the big wigs with the curls, all that. They was doing it. This stuff is nothing new. So they keep trying to talk about men or Israelite men with locks, saying your hair long and this is not effeminate. This is what the problem is. They were wearing the effeminate styles. Then we got the actual pictures of the ancient Romans where we're going to show y'all the Romans with their hairstyles. But we just showing y'all some up-to-date stuff as well. But see, think about the times when this was the style, family, here in America. This is, and we still under the Roman jurisdiction, right, Kjudah? So
absolutely.
They still dealing with their hairstyles to this day. But this is what it's talking about.
So let me read that again. He say, this is 1 Corinthians 6, verse 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous should not inherit the kingdom of Elohim? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor bruisers of themselves with mankind.
Now, Kjudah, do these two Negroes here look like that they would be as in Ezekiel 37, the great exceeding army of the Lord?
No, no.
These
no.
is ready to step in a Most High war to fight in the army?
No, he couldn't use them. They're gonna pull them by their hair and beat them up.
These two dudes look like the guys that's taking a part of the Greek gymnasium festivities and praising their idol gods.
Absolutely. They look like the ones that'll be in the gymnasium walking around bucket.
Thank you.
Playing volleyball.
This is what Paul was talking about. This is why he said in the scripture, if any man be contentious, we have what, Kjudah?
If any man seem to be contentious, we have no such customs.
Thank you. This is why, because we don't do this type stuff. When we go back and look at the customs, just look, all we got to do is look at the ancient reliefs, and you'll see our forefathers what they had: afros, cornrows, and locks, long down to the shoulder or back. That's it. Not this type of effeminate hairstyles with the curls and all that stuff that they doing. This is what they were doing. But see, you got these Negroes in the Israelite community keep attacking brothers with locks, trying to say we're effeminate because we got long locks or locks on our hair. That's not true. Just because you got locks don't mean you're effeminate. It's how you wearing it. Now, if you like these Bati boys and they going and getting their locks done like their wife, then that's a problem, Kjudah.
Absolutely, that's a major problem, brother.
I can't have long hair because I got my locks cornrowed down to the back. Man, get out of here. This is what we trying to say, family, about they don't understand Paul writings. They don't understand their history, and they making this stuff up as they go. Then they lying, telling us where they came from. They came from Elam. No, they didn't.
How did it come from Elam with the Egyptians was the first one to rule? Don't come from Elam. And then Sham was the second one to rule. And we understand that Elam is also a part of the Shemitic family. So it did not come from Elam. They got to stop. You got to stop.
And they clearly told you the little boys had locks in ancient Egypt. They got the same kind of hair we got. The Negro type hair. So come on, man. Let's stop playing the games.
Let me bag you up, Sham. Let me bag you up with something real quick. Let me bag you up.
Yes, and all these dreams, they was doing that kind of stuff too. Wearing the eyeliner, because they was doing that in ancient Egypt. They was wearing wigs in Egypt. They was wearing eyeliner, lipstick, all that stuff, the pharaohs and all them, because they would shave their head bald, then put a wig on their head.
Okay, this is the bag up Sham about the Romans. It say, what did the Romans think about long hair? It say, then if we look at ancient Rome, it was very common for men to wear their hair long.
See that?
It wasn't until Julius Caesar came along and inspired men to wear their hair short in battle, so enemies had less to grab. Until then, it did not. It really become a thing, and unfortunately, Julius' idea became a bit more permanent. So they telling you that the men wore the long hair, but we know that their hair is not like our hair.
Right? Their hair is straight, stringy, doggy hair. They get way longer than ours, Kjudah. Our hair don't not grow like these Europeans and other nations of people. That's a fact. Our hair ain't growing like theirs.
Here go another one, Sham. Dreadlocks, hairstyle consisting of rope-like strands of knotted hair formed by methods including twisting, back combing, palm rolling, and braiding, or by allowing hair to mat and tangle on its arm. A distinction is made between what are also sometimes called locks, short for locks, and dreads. Locks are characterized by their more cultivated look, with defined roots and even partings. Dreads are more natural in appearance, tend to vary in size, and present as a unified mass that gradually separates into individual strands. The term dreadlocks also has a strong connection to the religion of Rastafari, whereas the term lock is more a general term for the style and may be preferable to some because, unlike dreadlocks, it is not rooted in the history of the transatlantic slave trade. The hairstyle has existed in many cultures, like what you said, Sham. We all borrow from each other around the world. But as of the late 20th and early 21st centuries, it is more closely associated with Black culture. So there you go. Now, and this is an Encyclopedia Britannica.
Right. Now we looking at that picture of Bob Marley. Do that man look effeminate right there, Kjudah? What
Not,
what he was
no,
watching his head, brother?
not at
Do
all.
that man
No,
look like what they was doing in Rome, brother?
no,
Huh?
not at all.
So come on, man. Like, y'all gotta stop with this. Because nature is effeminate. It's not effeminate for a man to have long hair, brother, or against nature to have long hair. It's how you wearing it is what makes it effeminate. You feel me? What you're doing? These saucy Santana type guys, you know, trying to be a man and a woman at the same time, mixing the two. Even Prince, sorry to say it, I know people love Prince. Michael Jackson, my man, love Michael, but they was wearing effeminate hairstyles. They were curling their hair.
They were.
You know what I mean? They make great music, family, but we got to keep it real. And Prince was wearing an effeminate hairstyle. He's doing it short. We just got to be honest.
Yeah.
So let's stop trying to play the games. Like these guys teach the Bible. They've been teaching the Bible 20, 30, 40 years and have no understanding. No understanding. It's like, it's disgusting. Let's get, if you want, Kjudah, let's get a few of the pictures of the ancient Romans so we can see, and then we'll jump to, we'll get back into some scriptures.
Okay. I have a great picture that I want you to tell me the difference, Sham, and also the audience. Look at this. Watch this, my brother. Tell the difference. Which one are the women, Sham, and which one are the men's? You can't even tell the difference, huh?
Nope.
Which one do you think are the women?
Well, I know that's a guy at the bottom with the beard. But I don't know. I think it's kind of mixed up, or maybe it's a certain people on the left or the right.
The women at the top and the men at the bottom, and you can't even tell the difference, family. And this is what was going on in Rome.
And right now, look, where you pointing at, Kjudah? Do me a favor.
Right here. These are the women at the
top.
Down. These are the women.
Go down. You see that? Go back over. One more.
Right here.
No, all the way to the far left.
Okay, right here.
Right there. Now you gonna tell me that nigga that's not a female? And niggas wearing their hair like that, down like that. You gonna tell me that a nigga doing that's not effeminate? Come on. That's the kind of behavior they was doing. Ain't no nigga should look like that, Kjudah.
And I want y'all to know these are the men at the bottom, but you can't tell the difference from the women at the top and the men at the bottom. Look at the hairstyles. They all look like women besides him. Right. And he got a beard on his face, but everybody else, you can't tell which one is women and which one is a man besides him.
And look at him right there. Over. That one, not that one, the beard. Over a couple. That one right there. That nigga got short hair, but his hair look like a female style. He shouldn't even be wearing looking like that. That's an effeminate. You see what I'm saying? Like, what are y'all talking about? We shouldn't be walking around looking like that, Kjudah.
Nope, not at all.
And that hair not even long.
Here you go again. This is ancient. Look at his hair right here.
Right. Now you want to tell me that's a man. Look just like a woman. Look at his hair, family. Look at the bottom of it. Now that's on his shoulder length, the same way where L cornrows and stuff be, right? They say long hair. That's an effeminate style. A man shouldn't be walking around looking like that. Look at his curls. That's a statue of who there's think Zeus, the goddess who they believe in.
Yeah, that's Zeus. That's Zeus.
You see what I'm saying? With the feminine style, but at least he got a beard. But you know what I mean? You can tell it's a man, but you know what I'm saying? Come on, family. We wasn't supposed. That's what he mean by he said, if any man contentious that we don't have no such customs. This is what he talking about. It had nothing to do with a man having locks.
So y'all seeing it for yourself, family. Nah, watch this. This is our ancestors, right? These are our ancestors. Now watch this. Look at that.
Now, do that look effeminate or do that look crazy? What effeminate that look? I don't see no effeminate look from that, Kjudah.
No. He just need to take care of it, but that ain't effeminate at all.
Exactly. He looks like a wild man.
Now watch this, Sham. This is more of today. Ain't nothing unclean about this, Sham. It look real neat and nice, brother.
Right.
Real nice.
Now that's cleaned up. That's nice. That's clean on a man. It's not an effeminate look. It's just his hair is just really long.
It's long.
So I would say that, like, you know, but I'm not going to say, hey, you keep it cut to a certain length, but it's nice looking. It's very clean. It's just real long. That's all it is. It's real long, but it's no effeminate. It's not an effeminate look.
Sham, do you remember when they talked about the different styles, right?
Right.
So look, we got this brother. He got his in a twist form, meaning he took the locks and he twisted them together. This brother, he just let the locks without the twist
hang loose, because that's
hang loose.
Just let the hair flow loose. His hair is flowing loose, but it's tied up. But it's not a feminine look.
It's not a feminine look.
It's locked up together to keep it together. But it's not curled up like a female. How a woman got it bushed out. You know how women do their hair, like, because they want you to see it. Look at my hair. Da da da. That ain't no look that man giving off right there, is it? Or he just got his hair tied up.
That is not effeminate at all, like you said. Nope. And then we got the sister.
Right. Now she got her locks super thick, but this is a female, so I'm not going to say she went in a manly style, but you see, she just decided to do her locks thick.
Yep. And I'm just showing the different styles of how, when it said our hair was not always wore the same, it was different. So it just goes to show you that these are different styles of locks that we wear. You see, different styles. Some wear it wild, some keep it neat, some just let it, be like that, without twisting it. And some people just let it grow and just let it be what it's gonna be. Freeform. But nothing like this though. No, this is a no-no.
Now, what you saying, August Dreams, the buns, I agree. I don't think men should be doing buns.
So Sham, I mean, hey, we proved it with the images.
Can you
from the Greeks to the Romans?
I want you to put up the one image of the high priest too, so we can show the high priest that they had.
Okay, I got
you. Yeah, show that image, because then they're gonna say when we get to, because we're gonna jump into Ezekiel, and we're gonna show y'all that even the priests that still had their bonnets on, you're gonna see the priest with the bonnet, he gonna have his hair hanging out the back of the Mitri and all that. These guys don't know what the hell they're talking about. No, not that. The picture I sent you. But that's the picture of the bonnet.
Okay. I got
y'all see that, family? The up there, but we want to actually show you the ancient relief of the Levite priests wearing it, and they got hair.
Okay, I got you.
Hey,
just talk to him real quick, Shane.
All these guys be teaching the Bible, claiming that they know this, they know that, and they got so much to say, man, but they don't break down the history, family. They don't give you the proof, the evidence of what they saying. They just go off of how they feel and say this, and then they trying to condemn this person and that person. Listen, if a man ain't washing his hair, that's a hygiene problem. He need to do something or take care of stuff. I can't tell another man how to groom himself or bathe himself. If you don't want to wash your tail, that's on you. I wouldn't prefer you not to, but if you're not washing your hair and grooming yourself, that's on you. See, their doctrine is we can't even get our hair shaped up. You ain't supposed to shape your hair up and do this. It's so much with these guys. But that's another lie, because in Ezekiel, it tell you to take a barber's razor and divide and edge up the hair and do all that. They saying back in ancient days, if you got a shape up, they were shaping their hair up to psych their, this is the doctrine, to psych their opponents out on the battlefield to make themselves look crazy. So my thing is, how are you making yourself look crazy by wearing, yeah, that's one, but that's not the one, Kjudah. It's like a, it's, hold on, let me tell you the exact one I'm talking about. It's the one when it's like, they got it on both sides. It's like, should be like two images. It got red at the top. It says the description of how the Levites' beards grew and Aaron beard texture look, and they got the songs on it. And he got the bonnet on his head. You see what I'm saying? You see the one I'm talking about, Kjudah? Or you on mute? And we're gonna show y'all, family. Aaron had long hair. His beard was long. It went down to the skirts of his garment. You see what I'm saying? So you saying that it's unnatural for a man to have long hair, but we had long hair. We had long beards that flew down long. Like this stuff.
All right, I got it. Let's get it.
Oh, you got it?
Yep, I got it. Here we go.
Yep, there it is right there.
Right here.
See that, family? Go up so we can read that in the red real quick for them. See this, family? Look, description of the Levite.
It say description on how the Levites' beards grew and how Aaron's beard texture looked like. And here you go. And this the bonnet that Sham talking about.
Right.
Or the turban.
The high priest wore. Now look at his hair. Y'all see his hair hanging out the bonnet, the turban, family?
Yep.
But they telling y'all that your hair is supposed to be short, but we looking at ancient reliefs of the priests. Why is this?
Right.
What are they talking about? And now we can read it. Because the scripture right there too, unless you want to get out the,
It says Psalms 133, 1-2. Behold, how good and how pleasant is it for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ornaments upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard that went down to the skirts of his garments.
Right. So his beard is long and it went down to the skirt of his garment, y'all. And we can pull that part up too if you want, Kjudah, about the skirt of the garment, but I mean, that ain't no real big thing. But we know where the skirts of your garments at, family, is at the bottom. That's right. How long that man's beard was. Ain't that long hair, Kjudah?
That's long, brother. Facts.
That's long hair then. If you say, oh, so it's against nature for a man to have long hair. So is it against nature for him to have a long beard? Because that's long hair. And you know what dudes be doing to their beard hair? They be braiding it. They be locking it. They be putting it in styles. You see what I'm saying?
Right. So Sham, even when you look at this though, brother, Aaron had on the garment of the priest's attire, right?
Right.
And so if the Bible just say that it ran down and he had on this, look how long that garment is, brother.
Right. To the skirts. Where would the skirts be? At the bottom where the bells and whistles and pomegranates at. Well, they say from the waist down. So jump up some, Kjudah, and go about right there where you at. Yep. Right. So maybe from about there on down, that's how long Aaron's beard was from his face, family. So if his beard was hanging down to the skirts of his garments, this man's beard is long.
Yep.
That's long hair.
Why the Lord ain't tell him to cut it if he got a problem with long hair?
Exactly.
He should have cut it. Should have cut the beard. He should have trimmed it. But the only thing they had to pull and trim was the hair.
From the back.
From the back. That's
not from the front.
Not from the front.
So he didn't want the priest. Now this is for the priest. We're going to read it out of the book of Ezekiel. He didn't want the priest's hair too long from the back, family. That's all it was. Not the front. And having long hair was never issued for all Israel. It was only for the priests that worked in the priest's office. And I think it's because it was because of a cleanliness issue. That's why he said, don't wear nothing that make you sweat, because he didn't want you to sweat or do anything when you're doing the priest's work. You got to be clean. You see what I'm saying? So I'm guessing the best way to do that was keep the hair to a certain length. That's why everything had to be linen. You see what I'm saying, Kjudah?
Right.
Don't wear these garments when you're around other people. It was rules to when you're a priest. That's all this was talking about.
Right.
Not that you can't have long hair. They had people cutting their locks in Israel, all types of stuff, because they was listening to these men. Indoctrinating in line. Because they was jealous of Hispanics and them in the school because their hair can grow real long, Kjudah. I refuse to cut my hair, bro. I wouldn't do it.
Yep. I don't blame you. Locks of power. You feel power. You feel a certain type of strength. So
That's how I
now,
feel about my hair.
yeah, I feel it. Samson felt it. I mean, his power was in the hair. Do people not remember that Samson's power was in the hair? It wasn't in the muscles. It wasn't in his physical. It was in this man's hair. So the Most High knows something about our hair that is power. We just, pushing this doctrine that is dirty, unclean, dreadlocks, filthy. No, that ain't the way the Most High look at it. That ain't the way Yahshua look at it. That's man's doctrine, not the Most High's doctrine. So you got to stick to the Lord's doctrine. There is nowhere in the Bible where the Lord say, I do not want y'all to grow locks. Nowhere. You won't find it.
There's no law saying that you can't grow long hair. You won't
can't find it. Nope. You won't
But
find
you
it.
see this law. Matter of fact, let's just jump to this now while we're here talking about the priest.
Okay.
Let's go to Ezekiel 44.
I got you. I really feel strength. I feel power. When my hair's done. My hair done got so long, I just get me 6 locks. Just 6. And when your hair, and when you walking, man, and your hair is swinging, and man, come on, man. That's a wonderful feeling. So I don't know what people talking about. Locks are beautiful, and is strength, is power within the hair. That's why they Sham. That's why they like us to have a bald fade or a clean cut. They don't want us growing our hair
because they want you to look effeminate. Right. And can you read that real quick, Kjudah, where it says if you have a beard in ancient Rome or Greece, you was considered having a low status. That's why they cut their beards. Israelite, we was there with them. That's why we had beards. That was our culture. But to them, if you had a beard, you was considered someone of a low status in Rome and Greece. That's why I said these guys don't even know the history. They just be saying anything. If you don't know what's going on in those times, you shouldn't just be teaching people and telling them stuff out of the New Testament when you don't even understand why Paul is quoting what he quoting to certain people at certain places in the New Testament. He said stuff for a reason, because stuff was going on. And they were doing certain behaviors that they shouldn't have been. That's against our culture. That's all I'm saying, family. Let me see. I thought.
Yeah, Sham. I don't see that one, my brother. I don't see that one.
Okay, here it is right here.
Okay.
No, wait. I did send it to you, but don't worry about it. I got it right here. It says, according to Julius Caesar, combed his hair forward to try to cover up his receding hairline. Men also curled and dyed their hair to try to preserve the image of youth. For the vast majority of the Roman history, it was popular for men to be clean shaven. Beards was seen as a sign of a low status. That's what it says when it was going on there. So if you had a beard, it was a sign of a low status in their society. That's Roman and Greek society, family. That's why you always see them naked. They got a clean face, curly hair. This is what they did. This is what they did.
Facts. Talk to them.
So having a beard was considered a sign of having a low status in their society. And even today, look at all your politicians and everybody. What do? They all got a clean baby face. They're the same people. Practice the same culture. That's why they say, oh, you got a job interview? Yeah, get you a nice clean haircut and shave that mustache and facial hair off. You see what I'm saying? That's not our culture. We supposed to have a beard. It's against the law. Man has to have a beard. Only time we had no beards in Israel was when we were in mourning, we would cut our beards. That's it. When King David wanted to shame the men that was doing wrong, what did he do, Kjudah? Shaved half of their beard off and pulled their pants down and exposed their buttocks and made them walk out.
Yes, he did, brother. Yes, he did.
This is why I say they don't understand Paul, because they don't understand Paul is speaking from two sides of the law. He's speaking from the Roman law and their law of nature, and he's speaking from Israelite law. That's why he told them, you contentious, we have no such customs. We don't. You don't find it in scripture. But
Let me get that Ezekiel. That Ezekiel.
Let's go to Ezekiel 44. We're gonna start at verse 15.
Sham, let me start at 1.
Okay, that's fine. Then go ahead.
Yeah. Let me start at 1 so we can get them a better understanding.
That's fine. So, family, we want to read the ordinance of the order of the priests. Okay, Kjudah dropped off. I didn't even know that. I was on my other screen. Hold on, family. He should be jumping back in soon. But we're gonna read the ordinance of the priests and how the priests had to wear the garments, their facial hair, well the bonnets and everything, and it tells you about how the priests had to have that hair to a certain length or a cut, and how they had to pull their hair. So this was the ordinance of the priest when we're going to read it when Kjudah come back. But a lot of the hairstyles that was in ancient Greece and Rome were effeminate hairstyles. And we showed y'all where you can clearly see that Israel adopted their customs in ancient Rome and Greece. That's nothing new, because even in this society, y'all seen how people doing that. This is why you have James Brown. This is why you have Michael Jackson. You know, different eras of times when you got the 70s and the 60s and the 50s and how people dress and how people want to fit in with society. You can go back to the, I believe, the British, where they was wearing the wigs with the curls on them. When you look at George Washington and all them, a lot of them people, that wasn't even their real hair. They were wigs that they was putting on. It was effeminate hairstyles, because you will see the women having that hairstyle, and then you'll see the men having that same hairstyle as the women, long with the curls coming down to the back. If anybody ever seen the movie that Mel Gibson was in, I think it's called American Patriots, when they was fighting against the British was fighting, they had the Civil War. It was Americans versus the British. And then you see the general leader of the British, he had a big curly wig on. His hair was all the way long down to his back, because that was the style in the society. They wore that type stuff, looking like a whole female with that big old wig on, with all them long, big old curls. So Israel was jumping into them customs of their fashion and clothing. Our people integrated into their society today. Now you see it more with the, you know, so-called transformer community, where you seeing them. Yeah, the Patriots. That's right. Thank you, Elder. The Patriot. That movie, The Patriot. Yep. That's what was going on in The Patriot. When you see that, he had that big old wig on with all the curls all over, looking like the woman. That was the style back then. And like I said, when you look at the pictures in ancient Greece, ancient Rome, looking at the reliefs, and then they was wearing their hair short. You said you saw right, yeah, they do that. They do that, pull out people by their hair. That's the kind of, you know, stuff that they do, man. They love cutting out people's hair. You know, they know our hair got some type of strength in it, man. Samson's hair had strength in it. Even when you go into the Hebrew, it say that and you look up the Hebrew word for locks, it's para, and it tell you long locks, plaits, braids. So but we're gonna show that too. Kjudah got all that stuff already uploaded. I don't know if something happened to his internet though, so I'm waiting for him to jump back on. But yeah, they do that to us, family. Pull us by our locks, our hair. These people are disgusting. You know, they hateful because they don't look like us. And then when you think about it too, right? When we get wet and you deal with black people hair, our hair glists and gloss from the water. You notice when they get on Europeans or other people hair from other nations that got that straight, stringy, doggy type hair, the hair don't gloss on them. The hair drips on them. But our hair gloss on our body. You see what I'm saying? Because our hair is actually living. We can do all types of stuff with our hair. See, they got to do all this extra stuff to put their hair in styles and things like that, using different types of chemicals. We don't have to do that. We can do any type of style on our hair, except making our hair straight, because our hair is naturally curled. Our hair is automatically curled and kink. Their hair is not. That's why they teach against our hair, saying, "Oh, we got bad hair and they got good hair." We don't believe that garbage. And then now you can go online and on YouTube and you seeing all these same people that they like to buy the hair from. They on there, the Chinese and the Japanese, making Negro hair with these little technology things they got. You making bushes and cornrows and all that stuff, trying to look like us. And that's why we trying to tell people about self-hate. You don't want what you got, but they want it. And they shame you for having it and looking good with it. And then they turn around and they doing it themselves. They making their straight hair look like Negro hair. It don't even make no sense. So this is the biggest problem in Israel, is when you have these elders, these leaders, these people in power, man, these dictators. They're liars. They jump all the way to the top of the food chain. Look at my brother, he back.
Man, you ain't hear nothing I read, huh?
You wasn't on here, Kjudah.
Oh my God, man, they kicked me off, bro.
That's what I was telling everybody. That's why I kept talking. I said,
"Oh man, I got kicked off, bro."
I've been talking the whole time.
What part did you hear?
We ain't hear nothing. You
serious?
Yes, I was talking the whole time. I said, Kjudah, the internet must have went down. You fell off. We'll wait till you come back on. We didn't hear anything. You just
hey, now they gotta hear Ezekiel, man. This is powerful. Oh my God. Okay, let me read it, Sham. This is Ezekiel 44 and verse 1. Okay. He said, "Then he brought me back the way of the gate of the outer sanctuary, which looketh toward the east, and it was shut. Then said the Lord unto me, This gate should be shut, it should not be open, and no man should enter in by it, because the Lord, the God of Israel, have entered in by it. Therefore it should be shut." This is talking about when he sit in his house in Jerusalem, when he come back. So jump down to verse 5 and 6, and it reads, "And the Lord said unto me, Son of man, mark well, and behold with thy eyes, and hear with thy ears, all that I say unto thee concerning all the ordinances of the house of the Lord, and all the laws thereof, and mark well the entering in of the house, with every going forth of the sanctuary. And thou shalt say to the rebellious, even to the house of Israel, Thus said the Lord Elohim, O ye house of Israel, let it suffice you of all your abominations." Jump down to verse 10 through 20, and here it go, family, 10 through 20. "And the Levites that are gone away from me, when Israel went astray, which went astray away from me after their idols, they should even bear their iniquity. Yet they should be ministers in my sanctuary, having the charge at the gates of the house, and ministering to the house. They should slay the burnt offering and sacrifice for the people, and they should stand before them to minister unto them, because they minister unto them before their idols, and cause the house of Israel to fall into iniquity. Therefore have I lifted up my hand against them, said the Lord Elohim, and they shall bear their iniquity, and they should not come near unto me to do the office of a priest unto me, nor to come near to any of my holy things in the most holy place, but they shall bear their shame and their abominations which they have committed. But I will make them keepers of the charge of the house, for all the service thereof, and for all that should be done therein. But the priests, the Levites, the sons of Zadok, they keep the charge in my sanctuary."
Okay, hold on. Now, family, understand that what we read now is talking about specifically for the priests, the sons of Zadok. This did not have nothing to do with all Israel, because they would try to use this as well and say, "See, you long hair, da da da." No, specifically when we understand, we're reading, or who is what is laws and what is for who. This is specifically for them, not all Israel. Go ahead, Kjudah.
Absolutely. Thank you for mentioning that, brother, because you had certain laws for the priests that had nothing to do with the rest of the nation of Israel.
Right. Commonwealth society. Commonwealth society of Israel is just the commonwealth for people who do what they have to do. Like, see, it's no land for a Levite. So the Levite don't have to put in a law where they have to give 10% of the first fruit, because they don't have no land. That law don't apply to them. You see what I'm saying, Kjudah? But
Right.
it applies to everybody else. So they be trying to, what they do is they be trying to take laws that don't apply to certain people and try to apply it to everybody and try to make it like, see, because you have to do that. No, you don't. That law don't, it's not for you. It's for a priest.
It's for
You're
a priest.
Why you got to do it if you're not a priest? That's all I'm saying. But go ahead, Kjudah.
Verse 15. But the priests, the Levites, the sons of Zadok, they keep the charge of my sanctuary. When the children of Israel went astray from me, they should come near to me to minister unto me, and they should stand before me to offer unto me the fat and the blood, said the Lord our Elohim. They should enter into my sanctuary, and they should come near to my table to minister unto me, and they should keep my charge. And it should come to pass that when they enter in at the gate of the inner court, they should be clothed with linen garments, and no wool shall come upon them while they minister in the gate in the inner court. And within, they should have linen bonnets upon their head.
Now remember, this is the cap that we were showing in the pictures, the bonnets. You saw the bonnets that they had, their locks, so their head was hanging out of the bonnets. But see, then they jumped to the New Testament and say, Paul said that any man praying or prophesying with his head covered, that ain't got nothing to do with Israelite having, this is the order of the priests. So, and Yahweh Shah is the high priest. You thinking that he's taking his linen turban off the top of his head, Kjudah? No, because that's the dress of the priest. He the high priest. Facts. So because Paul said one thing, it's not a law. He's speaking in parables, or from whatever he's talking about. It has nothing to do with the order of the priest. Well, go ahead.
Verse 18. They shall have linen bonnets upon their heads, and shall have linen breeches upon their loins, and they should not gird themselves with anything that causes sweat.
Right, because it's about, they got to be clean in there. So the Lord don't want you to discharge anything from your body, because you'll be considered unclean when you start to sweat blood. You know what I'm saying, Kjudah?
Absolutely.
That's why he don't want them to sweat. Go ahead.
And here it goes, Sham. Here go the part that we want, 19 and 20. And when they go forth into the other court, even into the other court, to the people, they shall put off their garments wherein they ministered, and lay them in the holy chambers. And they shall put on other garments, and they should not sanctify the people with their garments. Neither should they shave their heads, nor suffer their locks to grow long.
See that, family? See, he said they are not supposed to suffer their locks to grow long. But what he mean is, how long? It's too long that they can't maintain, because he need their hair to be in a presentable position where everything will be intact together. So he don't want their hair as long as a normal person. That's all it's saying. It ain't saying that they can't have long hair. He just don't want their hair to be real long. That's all. So, matter of fact, can you put up that Hebrew word for, I believe it's pharaoh, where it says long locks? And when you look at the word, hold on, let me go into it so I can get the Hebrew word for it real quick. Because I sent you one. Hold on, let me see.
And I want y'all to know what I just read in Ezekiel 44. This is when Yahshua is back on the earth, and the sons of Zadok, the priest, he gonna have other priests ministering, but the sons of Zadok will be able to approach unto Yahshua HaMashiach, meaning come close to him. Because when the children of Israel rebelled, they did not rebel. But did you see what they have to have on? It's no different than what he told Aaron. It's no different than when he established his house. They got to wear the same thing, family. They have to wear the same thing. So, you got it?
Yeah, remember I had sent you
right here.
No, that's the other one. That one. Hold on, go back. Okay. So this is the Hebrew word of para, which is long hair of the head, locks. This is in the Hebrew, right? I forgot what scripture I got this out of. This should be in the Old Testament, where it talks about the Nazarite having long hair. You see what I'm saying? So that shows you that the Nazarite, you can have long hair or long locks. This is in the Hebrew, right? But the word I was looking for was called shalak. I thought I sent it to you. It talks about where it says to grow long. Because see, it's like when you read that scripture again, right, Kjudah, right? When you go here to Ezekiel, and it speaks about the hair growing long, and it says to let their locks grow.
I got you. Hold on. I'm gonna get it right now. I got you. Let me show it.
Right, because when you read it in the Hebrew, the word here should be shalak, which means to stretch out or extend your hair. Meaning he didn't want them to extend their hair probably real long. That's what it's saying, because the Hebrew word there is farah, meaning long hair. So it wouldn't be saying long twice, because that's the English. You see what I'm saying?
Here you go.
Hold on, let me see. Yeah, this is it. This is the Hebrew word right here, family. So he don't want their hair to be let loose or to hang long. That's what it's talking about. So this is the Hebrew word right here for grow long. So it would be hair and then would be grow long. This is the Hebrew word, meaning see stretch out or extend, or to stretch out, meaning or he let loose, meaning their hair should not be let loose or hanging down really long. That's all it's talking about. It's not talking about that they couldn't have long hair, but it's how long that the hair is coming down because he needed intact. That's all it's talking about. But this is the Hebrew word right there, shalak. So this is what we're reading. I should have took an actual picture of it so they could see the whole he said, can you bring it a little closer, Kjudah?
Okay.
A little longer. So go back and read that real quick.
A little longer. Okay, I see it.
No.
Like this?
I can see it. No, he wanted to put you to put it closer so they can see the words.
Okay, gotcha. Like this?
So yeah. So go back real quick, KJ. Leave that up there and go back to the scripture real quick. I want you to read the part where it says that last verse. I think it was in 19.
Yeah, I got you. And when they go forth into the other court, even into the other court to the people, they shall put off their garments wherein they ministered and laid them in the holy chambers. And they shall put on other garments, and they should not sanctify the people with their garments. Neither should they shave their head, nor suffer their locks to grow long. Now, they shall only poll their heads.
Right. Now, y'all see where it says, neither should they shave their head or suffer their locks. The word locks is the word that we showed called para, where it says long hair, locks, right? Well, where it says to grow long is the next word in Hebrew. And this is the word here for grow long, is to stretch out or to extend. Meaning he don't want them to extend their hair long from the back. That's all it's talking about. Not that it's long, but it can't be extended long to the back. You see the Hebrew word? Now go down somewhere. It say let loose, meaning he need their hair to be intact in a bonnet. See where it says he let loose, he stretched out, extended it, or he let it loose. You know, a man can let his hair loose if it's tied up, but then if you let it loose, it falls out, right, Kjudah?
Like right now, I got my hair in a ponytail.
Right. So that's
but
all
if I take it out, if I take the rubber band off, my hair gonna just be let loose. It's gonna hang down. So
right, yeah. That's all it's talking about. Letting his hair loose, the priest. And now, if you want to go back to show the picture of the high priest showing that his hair was hanging out of the turban.
Got you.
If you can find it again real quick, so they can see what I'm saying. So we understand what we're reading. It ain't saying that he can't have the hair, but he don't want it. He want it intact, pretty much. Now you see the priest. This is the high priest, or the priest there. He got the cap on, and you see his beard. And where do you see his hair at, Kjudah, hanging out
hanging in the back? In the back. Right.
So the Lord saying pretty much don't want his hair hanging crazy loose or nothing like that. It need to be intact. That's all. Need to be intact. So he couldn't you know how you just your hair hanging loose and you throw your top on. The Lord no, you can't do that. Your hair needs to be intact some way where it ain't going to be going all crazy, moving around, stuff like that. And he don't want you to keep extending it. Don't keep letting it extend. That's all. So he ain't letting it grow longer and longer, but it's at a length where it's good and he can keep it intact. That's all it's talking about. Not that he can't have long hair, because here go the priest right here.
Right.
So if it was a problem, why would his hair be hanging out his mitri or bonnet, Kjudah?
And to prove this a priest, here you go. Description of how the Levites' beards grew and how Aaron's beard texture looked like. So this is it.
Right. And you could tell because he got the top on.
Got the top on.
He wouldn't have the top on if he wasn't a priest. So that debunks that lie.
Yep.
And when it's talking about
Facts.
pulling the hair, it's talking about trimming it and keeping it groomed. Because they would like to say that all you could do is trim your hair, you can't shape it up. But can you get that scripture where it talks about taking a barber's razor and dividing the hair?
Yeah, that's in Ezekiel.
Like we supposed to look like some crazy willy men. I think it's Ezekiel something and 5, 1 and 5, I believe. Not 1 and 5, but or 5 and 1, is it?
It's Ezekiel 5:1.
Yeah, Ezekiel 5 and 1. That's what I said.
Yeah, you was right.
Like these people crazy, man.
Even Ezekiel had locks. If you read the Song of Solomon, I know a lot of people think that's Solomon, but you got to remember, Yahshua is speaking through the prophets. So when you read the Songs of Solomon, it's a love story between Yahshua and his wife. Who is his wife? Israel. But at the time, it was a split. So he was talking to Judah and Jerusalem. Why? Because he gave the northern kingdom a bill of divorce. He never gave Judah a bill of divorce. He gave the northern kingdom a bill of divorce. So when you read the Songs of Solomon, he said the daughters of Jerusalem, he's talking to all the people, not no women, because it's a love story.
Mm-hmm.
In order to understand that, you have to go to Jeremiah 6 and 2. It'll give you the answer. I have likened the daughter of Zion to a beautiful, comely, and delicate woman. He said a woman. So there you go. The woman is his wife. He's married to the woman. Who is the woman? Judah and Jerusalem. Really the whole nation, but he gave them a bill of divorce at this time. So that's why I say you got to understand the context of the scriptures and reading comprehension. Like my brothers at NHIT always say, you got to have reading comprehension skills. You have to. So let's get it, Sham. This is Ezekiel 5 and 1. And it reads, and thou, son of man, take thee a sharp knife, and take thee a barber's razor, and cause it to pass upon thy head and upon thy beard. Then take the balance to weigh and to divide the hair. Sham, he had hair.
Now, isn't this shaping you up when you taking the balance? What is balance, Kjudah? Meaning make it even, right?
Absolutely.
But they say we can't get shaped up. They use a scripture in the Old Testament that they read about shaving them and mauling the side. That has nothing to do with shaping up. That was talking about Egyptian practices that they were doing to their head. When they was putting these things on their head, changing the shape of their head when they be modifying their body. Like how they put those lip plates in and those ear things in, stretching their ears and all that. They be modifying it the way that they look. That's why you see some of them Egyptians with the long heads. And you notice these people be doing those, putting the rings around their necks. They be doing them type of customs. That's why the Lord said, thou shalt not do as the Egyptians. That's what one of the things, because the Egyptians like to shave and did them practices. He didn't want us doing that. But we read right here in Ezekiel telling you to put it to the head and to the beard. So if you putting it to a razor and you divide the hair, Kjudah, what are you doing? You're shaping yourself up, correct? Grooming yourself, cleaning yourself up. So when y'all saying, oh, you can't get a line up and shape your beard and do all this, and they was doing that in war to psych that was the doctrine, to psych the enemies out on the battle line. They would do this so that the enemy would think that they was crazy. Like, man, you just make up anything, brother. Anything.
Let me say this, man. The Most High is so meticulous, bro, that we had to approach unto our master a certain type of way. Even when he came down on Sinai, they had to be clean. They had to wash themselves. These priests can't even sweat. What are you talking about? So when he told them to pull their hair and don't let it grow long, he know why he don't want their hair to be like that. You may not know, but he know.
Right.
Maybe it causes sweat. Maybe, I don't know. But right. I know one thing. It's a reason for everything when he speak. So for when people say, we can't grow long hair, locks are dirty, they stink, they nasty. Says who? Says you? Because I can't find it in the text. And if I can't find it in the text, the Lord don't have a problem with it, because whatever he have a problem with, I'm going to be able to read it in the text.
Exactly. Exactly. And the thing is, 2K Judah, they try to make it like you can't shape up your hair. You got to let your hair and beard grow out to the natural lines, and you got to look all milly willy. And I was like, wait a minute, that's not true, because this is how white people looked. They didn't shave and do none of that stuff. But
Right.
what happened after they came out of the caves? They cleaned themselves up. They shaved their whole beards off. They shaped their body up. They slicked their hair back. They got so well groomed to be cleaned up. This is why they are the way that they are now. But they trying to make it as if we supposed to be like the caveman, just letting your hair grow out all types of don't do nothing to maintain it. Like, man, y'all tripping.
Sham, they wouldn't be accepted. Sham, they would not be accepted by Elohim, because Israel always have to be what? Presentable.
Exactly.
Always. We
And
can't just
then-
come to him looking any kind of way. He would not tolerate that, man. We always have to be presentable. Why you think we as a people are very clean people? We love to be presentable. We like to look nice. We like to be clean, like as far as edging up our hair, our beard. We like to look nice. We want to be presentable. And when you represent somebody like our Elohim, you have to represent right. You got to be presentable. Can't just look in any kind of way. So I'm going to go prove this in the book of Numbers, chapter 6. Guess what I'm about to prove? The Nazarite vow. Why I'm proving this? Because if y'all saying that we can't let our hair grow long, then you got to explain this to me, because they could not cut their hair. This is Numbers chapter 6 and verse 1 through 5. Numbers chapter 6. And shout out to my brother, my elder brother, Yashia. Numbers chapter 6. And I'm going to read verse 1 through 5.
Yeah, we spoke on that too, Elder, about that. What Sam or King David did.
Yep, absolutely, Elder. Absolutely, Baraka. This is Numbers chapter 6 and verse 1 through 5, and it reads, And the Elohim spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When either man or woman should separate themselves to make a vow of a Nazarite, to separate themselves unto the Elohim, he should separate himself from wine and strong drink, and should drink no vinegar of wine or vinegar of strong drink, neither shall he drink any liquor or grapes, nor eat norse grapes or dried. All the days of his separation shall he eat nothing that is made of the vine tree, from the kernels, even unto the husk. All the days of the vow of his separation, there shall no razor come upon his head until the day be fulfilled, in the which he separated himself unto our Elohim. He should be holy. He should let the locks, hold on, K. Judah. He should let the locks, hold up, stop it, brother. He should let the locks of his hair of his head grow. He can't cut it. He cannot cut it. So what are you talking about?
Right. So his hair is going to grow even longer than any other person, because his hair can never be trimmed down or pulled. But everybody else is probably pulling and trimming their hair. You see what I'm saying, K. Judah? So what are you talking about is effeminate for a man to have long hair? This is way before Paul.
And I just want to say this too. I want to say this about the Nazarite vow, because I heard the elders talking to a brother, and he didn't understand that he tried to put a time frame on the Nazarite vow. But if you read this scripture, as I just did, it was according of the separation of the person unto the Lord, how long he separated himself. The Lord didn't put a timetable on this. So the person who separates themselves according to the Nazarite vow, it's according to the time that they fulfill it, of them separating themselves to the Elohim, not the Elohim telling him, well, it need to be at this time frame or this. No, it was according to the person. So there's nowhere in the Bible you will ever find the Lord telling you, well, I need that to be done from this time to that time. No, he say according to the person separating himself to the Most High. That's what it says. There's no time frame. How can you put a time frame if the Lord didn't put one? Go ahead, Sham.
Exactly. And like you said, K. Judah just making stuff up, bro.
Yep.
They've been doing this in the community for years, man, lying to the people. They lying to the people. And I'm so sick of it. Every time I turn around, bro, they got some new doctrine, or they got some old doctrine they still pushing from 1969. Stop telling the lies. Y'all just didn't know. You made a lot of stuff up as you went along. And and put it on people for control.
Yep. Facts.
And now we, in this time, Kjudah, where the Lord keeps saying what he told us, knowledge shall increase. But they say ain't nothing new coming out the Bible. Well, how come we teaching all this new stuff over and over constantly, Kjudah?
That's why I never call myself a teacher. I call myself a student because I'm always learning. Once you start giving yourself titles, guess what you become? You become a person that thinks that you have made the finish line. And nobody has made the finish line yet because there's still knowledge out there to review. There's still books and gospels and certain things. My sister Essential Growth sent me so much information. I'm connecting the dots. I'm filling in the blanks. So how you gonna tell me that nothing else is coming out the books when I'm still filling in the blanks? So there you go. This is an ever learning book. So I'm a student of the book. Exactly. More than being a teacher of the book, I'm a student of the book because I want to know what the Lord want me to know. That's just what it is. I want to know.
Forever will be students, but
we
are teachers of righteousness. Meaning we're teaching the righteousness of what the Lord provided in the scriptures for the people. See, like I said, the Most High told me you got to give the people a choice. You just can't give a doctrine or teach something and put it out the line. No, that everybody must be given a choice. So we must teach the truth, whether if you can take it or not, or swallow the pill or you not, it don't matter. You had a choice. At least you heard the truth. So for me, I don't care what goes on. I'd rather hear the truth any day than listen to people sit there and tell some good old lies.
Facts. That is true. And like we always say, Sham, emotions has nothing to do with truth. When it comes to your emotions getting in the way of the Most High's word, he can care less about what you feel, what you think. He don't care about your opinion. All he care about is what is written, and we teaching the people what does said him. Not what does said the teacher, not what does said what you think, not based on your feelings and emotion. You could throw that out the window. Because when me and Sham teaching, our emotions and feelings are out the way. It's whatever this book say, that's what we gonna say. Point blank, period. We never gonna add anything that it don't say to make people feel good or to get somebody on our side. We can care less about that. Nope. We just want you to know the truth.
Because that's it. Again, I'm gonna tell you the exact same thing. This is what it say. I'm not gonna sit there and babyfy nobody. I can't do that. I gotta go off thus saith the Lord in the Bible. This is what it say. I didn't write this. I'm just gonna tell you what it says and what it means. Yep. That's all I'm gonna do, Kjudah.
That's it, brother. That's all. Hey, that's all you can do, Sham. Is tell them what it say, plant that seed, and they gotta figure out what they're gonna do with it. Straight up. So Sham, as we can see, that the Lord don't have nothing against us growing out our hair. But like you said before, it's certain things in this scripture, Sham and family, that's specifically for the priest that has nothing to do with the rest of the nation. It was specifically for them. You see what I'm saying? So Samson, he can grow his hair long, but the priests, they couldn't grow their hair long. They had to pull it. The Bible says Absalom's hair was so heavy and long, he had to pull his hair. So when did the Lord ever say in those times outside the priest that we couldn't grow our hair long? He never said it.
He never said
it's just certain things for the priest. They have to be a certain way. It's just what it is. They have to be a certain way when they approach unto our Elohim, because that's what he wants.
When you're doing an ordinance of the priest's office, you see what happened to Aaron's sons when they made the strange fire. What happened? The Lord
put to death.
You see what I'm saying? So that's all this is. Like these dudes, they be trying to find anything to push a false doctrine and put fear in people. You know what I'm saying? But y'all don't put fear in me. If you don't read the scriptures like I do, you're not getting into the Hebrew New Testament. You have no understanding. All you coming from is Greek texts or pointers, and don't even understand that Paul is teaching from the Roman law of nature and what they felt for the nature law, and you just quoting things out the New Testament and don't even understand why he's saying what he's saying. They don't even understand what's going on, man. They just be on the attack. And then they got the nerve to be hypocrites, KJ, and talk about another brother. See, because every time you see somebody, you run to the scripture, y'all do the same thing and have no understanding.
No, when my brother said the law of nature, he's talking about the Roman law. they had a law called the law of nature. They had practices from Osiris and Isis and all that witchcraft, and yeah, so that's their law. You know, Paul was always teaching from the law and the prophets. And let me say this right now, Sham, you know, I just gotta say it, brother. You know, I keep hearing people say that's the law of Moses. First of all, it's the law of Elohim, who gave it to Moses to distribute to the children of Israel. If you understand the scriptures, you will know that it was 3 covenants made. 3 covenants. So when I hear people talking about, well, that's done away with, the law that was given to Moses, it has never been abolished or done away with. The only law in the Bible we don't keep no more is the law of animal sacrifice. That's
exactly
it. That's the only law that he nailed to the tree, because it had ordinances, it could not take away sins, and it was of the blood of bulls and goats. So that's why he established the new covenant, which was what? Under his blood now, and he took back the priest office. So he the high priest now.
So if you're in captivity or whatever, and he know that we don't have no land, we don't have no first fruits to give or no animals to give for sin, why would he abolish that? Knowing that we can't keep that. We can't get no bullock, no turtle doves. And you see what I'm saying, Kjudah, to make it make sense.
Hey, gotta make it make sense, Sham. That's why I keep saying, they keep saying the law of Moses, but it's not the law of Moses. Don't you know that when Yahshua came, what did he say? Think not that I am come to destroy the law and the prophets. So what was Paul teaching? The law and the prophets. Everything Paul was quoting, I can go find it in the Old Testament. But he also was a Roman citizen, and he was warning the children of Israel, hey, watch how y'all move in another man's land and according to their culture. But Paul was teaching the law and the prophets, but he also understood the ways of the Romans and their customs. So he was just warning our people, don't get caught up in this, can't eat from the table of devils, don't be like the Gentile because they sacrifice the devil. He was warning them, family.
Hey, Judah, read Baruch chapter 4 and verse 1.
Let's get it.
When you get a chance.
I got you. So, Sham, we got to put that out there because everybody keeps saying, you know, this law of Moses when it's the law of Yah. And Yahshua established the law and the prophets because everything they spoke of was concerning Yahshua, HaMashiach, none other.
Yeah, because if you speaking of the law, you need to understand the laws and what the laws is for, right?
Okay.
So I want to get like 3 scriptures real quick.
Yep.
I want to get Baruch.
Okay.
And then I want to get a couple verses and songs.
Already. So this is Baruch. What chapter and what verse? Let's get it.
Baruch chapter 4 and verse 1.
And verse 1. I got you. This is Baruch chapter 4 and verse 1. And it reads, this is the book of the commandments of Elohim and the law that endured forever.
Exactly. See what I'm saying?
Scripture, brother.
So you talking about the law done away with, but he telling you that the law will endure it forever. Go ahead.
I'm gonna read that from the top again because it was just sweet to my mouth, brother.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of the commandments of Elohim and the law that endure forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die.
Thank you. So how is the law done away with if the law is done forever, endured forever?
Talk to me, brother.
You see what I'm saying? Now let's jump to Psalms chapter 19.
Let's get it.
Verse 44.
Gotcha. What verse you want, Sham?
Verse 44.
Gotcha. Psalms 44 and verse hold on. Say it again.
I'm sorry. The book of Psalms 119.
119. Gotcha. Okay.
And verse 44.
And verse 44. Gotcha. Here we go. This is Psalms 119. and verse 44. And it reads, so shall I keep thy law continually forever and ever.
There you have it.
Sham, what law is that?
The laws of the Torah and prophets, baby.
Talk to me.
Gotta keep them from forever. Matter of fact, you can just get Joshua. Joshua will tell you that. No way, and what would he say, that the law shall depart out of my mouth or my house?
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So the law is forever and ever. I don't think the Old Testament or what they came and they contradicted anything, because those laws are not done away with.
And let's say this. You can keep the law, but you still have to have faith in our Mashiach.
Exactly.
Let me say that one more time, because we have Israelites who keep the law.
Make that clear.
But you don't have no faith in our king and our big brother. So guess what? You keeping the law without faith, they can do nothing for you. That can do nothing for you, because your Pharisee forefathers knew the law, and John the Baptist told them, man, who have warned you to flee from damnation, you generation of vipers? So these was law keepers. Yahshua told us to do what they say, but don't do after they works. They had no faith, family. They was faithless law keepers.
And we can get one more or two after that, Kjudah, Psalms 111.
Talk to me.
Psalms 111, 7 and 8.
Gotta have faith, man. You gotta have faith, family, in the Hamashiach. You have to have faith in the record of the Hamashiach from Genesis to Revelations. You can't say, well, I just believe in one part of a book. Well, I just believe in this part of a book. No, you got to either take it all in or you need to put it down. You need to put it down. Psalms 111 and what verse, Sham?
7 to 8.
Let's get it. Psalms 111, 7 and 8. And it reads, the works of his hands are verity and judgment. All his commandments are sure. They stand fast forever and ever, and are done in truth and uprightness.
See that? So they done forever and ever, family. Point blank, period. So I don't care what they talking about. Malachi 4 and 4. Remember ye that the law of Moses, my servant, which I commanded unto him in what's that word there?
A whore.
A whore for all Israel with the statutes and judgments. Right. Exactly.
I think he put it in there because it say the law of Moses, but look at the other part, which I commanded him. So there you go.
Right.
The Lord commanded the law to Moses to distribute to the children of Israel.
And
because they was all baptized unto Moses, and all was under the cloud, because Moses was what? The mediator at that time between the children of Israel and Elohim.
Right. And remember, that's the main point. So you got to remember the law, family. And that's what a lot of this stuff go back to. These guys, they are taking the law or using certain things in the New Testament as if it's law. Paul did not bring no law in the New Testament. Nothing that he said in the New Testament was law. When he's saying you decide this office or let this person marry, that wasn't no law. He was asking permission on a lot of things. And
he said, I speak by permission. He said, I speak by permission.
Because a lot of things that was going on there in Rome at the time, in the law of nature that what the Romans had, that's what it was. It had nothing to do with that stuff. They be trying to make stuff up.
Sham, I mean, if you ain't got nothing else, we could ask. Do anybody got any questions? And
Yeah, I think that's it for real.
Yeah, that's it, brother. I mean, it was a great class, brother, and we proved it that me and you couldn't find those scriptures where the Most High has a problem with us growing our hair out. So I don't think that nobody should have a problem with it if our Elohim don't have a problem with it, which is the Father and the Son.
Exactly.
Yeah, do anybody have any questions for me and my brother Shar Sham? Another excellent class by my brother Shar Sham. He did one yesterday on the understanding the writings of Paul, and he did one today on the understanding the writings of Paul. So all praise to the Most High Yah and Yahshua HaMashiach for putting it into my brother to bring this out to the nation. that we all about the truth, man. You know, we not caught up in feelings and emotions. So, like we say, if you want to disagree, this and that, just bring the scriptures and not your emotions.
Exactly.
Emotions
That's
mean
all
nothing.
we ask you to do.
Yeah, bring
Not
your
lying on the Most High word, man, because that's our problem that me and Kjudah got. These guys do a lot of lying, and they keep pushing these false narratives and doctrines to control the people and to control their mind. You know what I mean? And I ain't here trying to control nobody. We all got the same destination we trying to get to. That's the kingdom.
facts. Facts.
You know, for all that, I shouldn't be doing this at all. You know, if I'm going to sit up here and lie to the people and only thing on my mind is getting donations and trying to swindle people out of money, I Sham don't need to do that. The Most High blessed me with a great career job. I make great money. I can take care of my house and do everything that I got to do. I don't have to beg nobody for nothing. I don't want to. People donate or whatever, that's cool. I ain't asking for anything from anybody. I take care of my own. You know what I'm saying, Kjudah? That's what real men do. Scripture say you don't work, you don't eat. Like I'm not. We not on here for that. We on here to teach and help the people. You know, this ain't about getting notoriety. It ain't about having 600 and 400 people in the chat. And you know what I'm saying, Kjudah? Who need to hear this stuff need to hear it. Who don't, they don't. But that's what matters the most to us.
It say, is there a judgment on them grabbing our locks? What you mean, brother?
He talking about he was saying how the police and people be grabbing our locks or pulling our hair.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna say there's a judgment on it because you know, I mean, we don't see no law. That's just somebody pulling your hair. You know, I mean, you can judge them, knock their teeth out.
Yeah, man. Like I say though, but I like to be balanced. I like to be fair. So when I hear people saying like they blame everything on the nations, I don't blame everything on the nations because our ancestors, they got us in this condition. We got to take responsibility for what they have done and what we continue to do. Now, have the nations forward our affliction? Yes, they have a debt to pay. But I don't be focused on all that because they gonna get it. Like the same way we got it, they gonna get it. So the only thing I want to do is stay out the way. I want to stay out the way. I don't want to get caught up in this American country and the world. So I just keep myself separated from it all. They gonna pay. They gonna get it for what they done. I just don't want to be in the way when they get it. So that's how I be thinking. Our ancestors did wrong, but they helped forward the affliction. They kind of went overboard with some things and they got a debt to pay. Just don't be in the way when they get paid back. That's all I can tell. It's called a big payback. Get your behind out the way. That's why he told you, come out of her, my people. Don't be partakers of her sin. That's why I always say we live in the world, but we ain't of the world.
Exactly.
I don't care nothing about what's going on in the world. I'm just keeping it real. I don't care nothing about what's going on in America. I pray for my people. I want us all to make it out of here. But guess what? Boy, trying to get a Negro to see truth is one of the most hardest things, boy. I mean, it is hard to get a Negro to take something serious, boy, and look at truth as truth. Black people want to have fun. They want to party and just have fun all day. It ain't nothing wrong with having fun now. But you got to be serious sometimes. Jesus. Y'all just want to play and entertain all day. Can't do that now. You got to wake up at some point in your life and put away your childish, acts and, things you used to do. This is life and death we dealing with. And I'm telling you, we trying to teach you right so you can make it out of here because we want to make it out, Sham. And by teaching our people right is how we going to save ourselves, brother.
Exactly.
How we going to save ourselves.
Exactly.
So do anybody have any questions? Anything y'all want to ask? It doesn't matter. And I want to say this, teachers supposed to answer questions. Some of you Israelite teachers, you're disrespectful. You're nasty to the audience. You get mad at them for the questions they ask. You block them in the chat because they asking questions. Man, y'all just like this stuff is just despicable, man. I'm serious, bro. If you don't want to answer questions, why are you teaching, dog? That's your job, bro. You supposed to answer questions. If you don't want to, you shouldn't be teaching. That's just the truth, man. That's why me and Sham always say, do anybody got any questions? We post to answer questions, man. Yep, that's true. That's true, Elder. They are so focused on America, and we have various other captivities. Facts, big facts. Okay, my brother Jacoba said, do the Bible say they should have to let us go when knowledge of the prophecy is expunged on? Man, hold on. Is you talking about like letting us go free? I'm just trying to understand. Are you saying
I'll be right back. I
okay.
gotta step away for a second.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, Jacob, I'm just trying to see. Are you talking about letting us go free as a people? When the prophecy, knowledge of the prophecy is expunged on. The reason why I'm saying that our people got to start taking things serious because they pushing you out the way. They really pushing you out the way. They pushing you out your homes. They pushing you out your places of residence. They pushing you out the way. They bringing in other people to replace you. And when I say replace you, you didn't already did what you can do for these people. So now they getting all the jobs to other people. You know, they don't even want to hire people. We got to start taking things serious, man, because they really pushing our people out the way. Why y'all think that this stuff happened by accident? These people of Venezuela, you think they just woke up one day? No, man, I believe these people being paid to do this, come into our communities and cause problems with us. This is what they've been looking for. This is what they want. But our Elohim gonna have our back. He gonna be on our side if we believe that. I believe that with all my heart. That we don't have nothing to fear. We don't got nothing to worry about. If you truly have faith, the Most High gonna fight for his people. And I believe that with all my heart. The Most High gonna fight for his people. These people are coming over here. They are being paid to come over here and cause problems with us. You've been here all your life, and they gonna bring these people over here, and they get $30,000 a month. They get free housing, free food, bills paid. Come on now. You've been here. You can't get nothing. You can't get nothing. Nobody look to your welfare. Nobody see how you doing. The Bible say, who in all the city care about you? Who go and check on you and see how you doing? Nobody. Nobody, family. But that's our job to care about each other. And we don't even do that. So you can't really expect somebody else to do something for you when you ain't willing to do it for yourself. Oh, okay. Like once they understand what they did. Now, brother, they going out with a shebang. They're not gonna get his kingdom up easy. That's why they're trying to do as much damage to our people as they can. Because they know their society is falling. So they ain't gonna just give it up. That's why they buying all these guns and buying bullets. But this my prayer. They can buy all them guns and bullets that they want. But if you go read the Bible, the Most High made when you go read, if you go read the scriptures, the Most High had Edom and Moab fighting each other. That's the same thing he gonna do in our time. They're gonna be trying to turn their weapons on you, and the Most High gonna make them turn their weapons on each other. That's my prayer. They put it in their movies what they trying to do, y'all. You gotta watch their movies. They put the truth in there. Go watch the first Purge. The militia groups, where did they come from? They came from Europe. What community did they go to? Our community. And they lost in the end. See what I'm saying? They know how this is going to end. They know they lose in the end. They lose. You're going to be victorious in the end. You're going to be standing. So the Lord is coming to deliver you, and he coming to beat down the world for what they have done to you. Yeah, the Lord is angry. He's upset, man. Okay, my brother Elder from the NHIT, Nazarene Hebrew Institute of Technology, he said, what do y'all think about, are we in the new covenant? It was a debate last night with Captain of ISUPK and Brother Hassad that was part of Sakari. This what I don't understand about the teachings of Tazariak or Hassad. The Lord did not find fault with the covenant. He said for finding fault with them. Let me say that again. The Lord did not find fault with the covenant. He said for finding fault with them. So what did he do? I'm going to put the laws in their inward part. It's the same laws, but we under the new covenant of the Hamashiach, meaning his blood, not of bulls and goats, but of the blood of the Hamashiach. Remember, one covenant was with Abraham, and it went to Isaac and Jacob, right? But the covenant that he made with our ancestors on Mount Sinai, he did not make with our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's the second covenant. What's the third covenant? Under the blood of the Mashiach. That's the third covenant. So he made a covenant with Abraham. He made a covenant with the children of Israel on Mount Sinai. They broke that covenant. And then he said, you know what? The days come, I make a new covenant. I'm going to put my laws in the inward part. But that law also transfer over to what? The blood of the Mashiach. So Tazariak say the Old Testament done away with. Ain't nothing done away with but the law of animal sacrifice. No other law is done away with, bruh. Christ told you, I have not come to destroy the law and the prophets, but I come to fulfill. What did he fulfill? The law of animal sacrifice, because the blood of bulls and goats could not take away sins. Hebrews chapter 10, Hebrews chapter 9 tell you that the blood of bulls and goats should not take away sins. So he say this is the new testament or the new covenant under what? The blood of the Mashiach. We under the blood of the Mashiach. So nothing is done away with, Tazariak. Talking about the Old Testament done away with. Man, what scripture say that?
For me, I didn't even listen to it because I can't stand both of them, because both of them lie.
Yeah, they be lying.
I feel like they unsaid teachers, so I don't have an opinion on it because I won't. My ears burn when I hear people like that teaching the Bible, like, you know what I mean? And they just, I know they deliberately lie a lot. Like both of them, they lie too much for me.
Let me prove this, Sham. Sham, let me just read this, brother, because I like to read it. I don't like to just to talk it. So let me just get two scriptures to prove it, Sham. Now, I'm going to go to Galatians first, y'all. Now, what I'm going to do, because we understand there was no chapters and verses. Thank you to my brothers at NHIT. They broke this down to me, listen to one of their lessons. Don't you know that when they put the chapters and verses, chapter 2 got some verses at the end of chapter 2 that should have went straight down to chapter 3, or chapter 3 verses should have been in chapter 2. So by them splitting it up, it make it seem like it's starting something new when it's just a continuation from the story from chapter 2 to chapter 3. What is I'm talking about? Listen to this and you're going to understand what I'm saying. I'm going to Galatians chapter 2. I'm going to the last two verses, and then I'm going to go straight to chapter 3. Watch what it say, family. Galatians chapter 2 and verse 21. I am crucified with Christ. Nevertheless, I live. Yet not I, but Christ liveth in me. And the life which I now live in the flesh, I live by faith of the Son of Elohim, who loved me and gave himself for me. I do not frustrate the grace of Elohim. For if righteousness come by the law, then Christ is dead in vain. What law, Sham?
Right.
The law of animal sacrifice. If the law of animal sacrifice can give me righteousness, what I need Christ for?
Exactly.
Now let me go straight to verse chapter 3. Watch this. Chapter 3, verse 1. Oh, foolish Galatians, who I be with you, that you should not obey the truth, before whose eyes Yahshua HaMashiach have been evidently set forth, crucified among you. This only will I learn of you. Receive ye the Spirit by the works of the law. What was the works of the law? Sacrificing animals, family. This is not talking about the royal law. This is talking about the law of animal sacrifice, because they had ordinances and they had works that the priest had to do. Now watch this. Verse 2. This only will I learn of you. Receive ye the Spirit by the works of the law, about the hearing of faith. Are you so foolish, having begun in the Spirit? Are you not made perfect by the flesh? What flesh, family? Bulls and goats. It can never make you perfect. So no, you are not made perfect by bulls and goats. That's why he called them old foolish Galatians, because they thought bulls and goats. No, Paul say, no, you foolish. This is by the hearing of faith, man. If that can give you righteousness, we wouldn't need the Messiah. Verse 4. Have ye suffered so many things in vain, if it be yet in vain? Hear therefore that minister to you the Spirit, and working miracles among you. Do he it by the works of the law, or by the hearing of faith? No, Paul, not by the works of the law, because the works of the law was what? Blood of bulls and goats. So this is what the Zaryak don't understand. When the Lord made the covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that was the Abrahamic covenant, that in your seed shall all nations be blessed. But the covenant that he made with Moses and the children of Israel on Mount Sinai, that was the 10 Commandments covenant, the covenant that they break. That's why he said, for finding fault with them, not the covenant. So that same covenant is established in our Mashiach. It's just that he had to come and put away of the blood and bulls and goats. So the Most High prepared a body for him, that he should take away the sins that the bulls and goats could not take away. Can I prove this real quick, Sham? Watch this. This is Galatians chapter 5. And we about to prove it right now. Hold on, let me see. No, I'm sorry. Galatians chapter 3. In the same chapter, and we about to prove what this book about to say about this law that was added because of sin. What law was added? Let's see. Verse 15. Brethren, I speak after the manner of men, though it be but a man's covenant. Yet if it be confirmed, who confirmed it? The Mashiach. What did he confirm? The covenant made with Abraham, that in your seed shall all nations be blessed. If it be confirmed, no man disannulled or added down to. Now unto Abraham and his seed was the promises made. He said, not as to seeds as of many, but as of one, and to thy seed, which is Christ. And this I say, that the covenant that was confirmed before Elohim in Christ the law, which was 430 years after, cannot disannul that it should make the promise of none effect. For if the inheritance be of the law, it is no more a promise. But God gave it to Abraham by promise. Wherefore then serveth the law? It was added because of sin, Sham. What was added? The law of animal sacrifice. But it did not make the promise made to Abraham of none effect, because he confirmed it in the book of Daniel. I shall make a covenant with them. He confirmed the covenant with many for 1 week, and in the midst of the weeks, he shall cause the sacrifice and oblation to cease. Matthew 27, 50 and 51. When he died, the veil of the temple was rent from the top to the bottom, and the earth did quake. What was rent? There's nowhere to sprinkle the blood no more, y'all. The veil was ripped in twain. The veil was rent in twain. So now you under the blood of the Hamashiach, which is the New Testament. That doesn't negate the Old Testament. It just is confirmed through the Hamashiach. So that same covenant that he made with the children of Israel, he just gonna put it in your mind and your inward parts, not on your fringes. It's nothing wrong with fringes, but I'm just telling you, he putting it in your mind now. At first, it was the blood of bulls and goats. It was the fringes. It was your doorpost. It was this. It was on your forehead. Now I'm going to put it in your mind.
So you can do it.
So you can do it. So there you go. So to Zaryak and them don't know what they talking about. Talking about the Old Testament is done away with. Boy, what are you talking about? What scripture say that? Not one.
Truthfully, Kjudah, I believe that these dudes are gatekeepers, man, in some way. Because I'm like, yo, we had our YouTube channels longer than them. They go start a YouTube channel. Now they got 17, 18,000 subscribers. How y'all getting all these subscribers and views so quickly? They ain't even building their channels up like that. They just jumping up there. You see what I'm saying?
Talk to me.
Like, and nobody want to tell me that these guys is building their channels on false precincts on YouTube. I done built my channel for years. It ain't about them having no bigger audience and people just knowing them. It's other stuff that they doing.
Right.
I'm sorry. Just don't believe it. Like, you know what I mean? They doing something behind the scene that get these YouTube channels up like that.
Let me get one more scripture.
They
You're
have
right, Sam.
hundreds and hundreds of people watching you for every topic or everything that they teach. They got hundreds of people watching them. Come on, man. Even if they sitting in the car just boring. Listen, people, especially black people, like to be entertained. There's no way that all these people always just watching these people. You see what I'm saying? And the reason why a lot of people do view them is because they always debating somebody. They're not teaching. You're just building your channel off debates. That's everything is about debating. But you're teaching and debating lies.
Yep, facts.
Not true.
It's true. It's true. Sham, this is one more. This is Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 1. For the law, having a shadow of good things to come, and not the very image of the things, can never with those sacrifices which they offer year by year continually make the comers thereunto perfect. For then would they have not ceased to be offered, because that the worshippers once purged had no more conscience of sin. But in those sacrifices, there's a remembrance again made of sin every year. For it is not possible that the blood of bulls and of goats should take away sins. Wherefore, when he come into the world, he said, sacrifice and offerings thou wouldest not, but a body hast thou prepared me. Now jump down to verse 9. Then said he, lo, I come in to do thy will, O Elohim. He taketh away the first, that he may establish the second. What did he take away? The law of animal sacrifice, that he may establish the second. What is the second? The New Testament, the new covenant under the blood of the Hamashiach. So the only thing was nailed to the cross is the law of animal sacrifice. That's it. That's why Paul say you are not under the law, but under grace. But then Paul come and tell you the law have dominion over you as long as you live. This is why y'all get confused on Paul. When Paul is saying that you are not under the law, but under grace, you are not under the sacrificial law. Now you under grace. You don't got to sacrifice animals no more. You don't have to shed the blood of bulls and goats. You need to have faith in the Hamashiach. And that's it.
Exactly.
That's it, Sham.
Yeah, this definitely was a extra bonus to the class, you know, that made it even more powerful. So beautiful.
So Sham, if you done, brother, you know, I don't got nothing else. I thank everybody for coming. I pray somebody got some understanding. My brother Shar Sham with another great class that the Most High allowed him to put together. He did one yesterday. He did it today. All praise to the Most High and Yahshua HaMashiach. So I thank y'all, family. Sham, any closing words, brother?
Yeah, thank y'all. Appreciate everybody as always, you know, for tuning in. And, you know, like I said, I like to come teach to the pure-hearted people that are willing to listen and learn and not just here for entertainment, foolish stuff, but people who truly want to understand what's written of our ancestors, you know. People can go on big platforms, debate Bible all day. But, you know, you got people on there that's disrespectful that don't really care or want to hear the truth of the matter. You know, they're just there for entertainment and what they feel that makes them feel good. You know what I mean? And I don't want to be doing research and all this stuff, wasting my time. So I appreciate everybody who come out and listen to what we teaching and hearing what we got to say. So that way you know, and that nobody can't lie to you. Is, you know, that's important to me. But that's all. Thank y'all.
Already, my brother. Well, family, we love y'all. We thank y'all. Enjoy the rest of y'all Sabbath. And me and my brother want to say many blessings. And we going out like this. Say
I went to the bar the other night. Me and my wife just got into it. Man, seems like lately we ain't been seeing eye to eye. But as I'm walking in the bar, I see an old man sitting there. Decided to go sit by, and wasn't that many people there that night. So I walked up to him, tapped him on the shoulder, asked him, could I sit down? Looked at me, said, young buck, sit down. What's going on with you? I said, man, that woman, man. He looked at me and he said, I seen that devil around your back when you walked in the room. But before you say anything, young brother, this is what I want you to do. He said the same thing you did to get her. Gotta do the same thing to keep her. Listen. He said you gotta leave these streets alone. When you find your woman, same back and make a house of home. That's what he told me. He looked at me and said, young buck, I've been married 40-some years. And let me tell you something about that woman. When she complaining, that's just her way letting you know you ain't listening. So if she ain't complaining, she should be worried. I'm gonna tell you something about that woman also. She love you. She gonna make sure you got clothes on your back and food on your table. She gonna always keep you in mind. But sometimes men, we let our pride get in the way. But before you do anything, this is what I need you to do. He said the same thing. Gotta do the same thing. Gotta do the same thing. Listen. He said you gotta leave these streets alone. And when you find your woman that can make a house of home. He looked at me and said, I don't even wanna hear it. And I ain't even the type of brother to take nobody's side, but I can look at you and tell you ain't been doing what you supposed to do. I just don't know, man. Seem like nowadays, me and your new generation, y'all want a woman to take care of y'all. But I'm from the old school, brother. I was brought up to take care of a woman. When you take care of that woman always gonna take care of you. But I ain't gonna hold you long, young brother. But take a minute and listen to me. Every Saturday whiskey got you thinking, do she love you or love you not? Not being consistent with that woman will always put you in the bad spot. As men, we gotta remember that we set the tone, but you will never leave that woman if you think these streets got something better than what you got at home. If you did the thing that you did in the beginning, it'll never end. You gotta learn how to be a partner, a lover, and a friend. He said the man's biggest flex, it ain't his money, cars, or his clothes. It's how well he treat that woman, and that he told. If she ever had you down, stuck around when you went on your feet, don't let these women have that alone in these streets. If you treat her good, she's gonna always treat you better. Cause one man's trash is another man's treasure. He said the same thing. Gotta do the same thing. Gotta do the same thing. Listen. He said you gotta leave these streets alone. And when you find your woman that can make a house of home.
Hey, family, I want to ask y'all, can y'all please keep my brother Mike C and my brother Midwest Kjudah in y'all prayers? and all our brothers and sisters in y'all prayers. But can y'all please pray for my brother Mike C. and the Coleman family, my beloved sister Amina Coleman. Can y'all pray for my brother Mike C. and also our brother Midwest Judite. I want y'all to know I love y'all brothers. We praying for y'all on a continual basis. We asking the Most High to heal y'all bodies. I love y'all family. I thank y'all. And in the words of my beloved sister August Dreams, thank y'all for coming to the Lions Den with the CUC family, the FOPE family, and the ADUIC family, my sister Naphtali. Let's get it. And your brother Kjudah and your brother Sham want to say, Shalom, family. Shabbat Shalom.